everybody, we are here at the next crossing at one of the greatest places on the planet as the sun rises over the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. And as it's rising, whoa, is that bright? Let's move you all over here just a tad. Now I can see you guys. Woo! That was bright. Good morning, everybody. It is September 20th, 2025, as we are here in the yard at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Central Georgia car that you've seen before, right behind me. They've got the Tag 80 running this morning, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway Locomotive. That is the John Chambliss commemorative locomotive, number 80 for his 80th birthday. Vice president of that rail line, back when it was in existence. As you know, Norfolk Southern also has a tag locomotive to honor that line. On my right, going out today with a full house. It says sold out. The Chickamauga Turn going down to historic Chickamauga, Georgia, where the Gordon Lee Mansion, Crawford Springs, all kinds, Crawfish Springs, all kinds of things are down there. That is so iconic. Whoa!
Jersey, 204 up.
Train 204, NS. Going through Control Point, Jersey. morning, ain't right? How are ya? It is 2:04, heading out of town here at Control Point, Jersey. Double track here on the Norfolk Southern Lines, Knoxville West End segment, Grand Junction and Brown to my left, and right after that they'll go on around and either up the C&O and TP line or to the left and go into the debug yard, the second largest yard of its type classification in the NS system, or they'll go on the pass-through tracks and bypass the yard, where they'll run right along the CSX line, the W&A sub, which we'll talk more about today because there's some exciting things coming up in about 9 days, 10 days. Not only is it just 96 days to Christmas, but there's all kinds of things coming up real soon. And again, we'll talk about that some more. Right now, we're waiting for the locomotive for train 100. Last week, it was steam locomotive Southern 630. Don't know what it is today, but first excursion goes out at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then the Chickamauga Turn departs at 10:15. So we're going to kind of hang around. First of all, we're going to find out what power is going to run train 100. The Missionary Ridge local goes across 4 bridges and 1 huge hand-dug tunnel through Missionary Ridge as they go down to the Soule shops, Robert Soule shops, down in East Chattanooga. And if you didn't see our video from a couple weeks ago where they did the photo shoot that evening, oh man, was that fantastic. Oh, the scenes that had the military guys there, the old trucks, the old coach cars, the reenactments that they did that night, 4501, 630, all featured so many things. A sold out photo session. All under the lights, all set up, and so graciously hosted by Steve Freer here with the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Steve's been here, I don't know, 25, 26, 28 years. I think he just stopped counting. It's been so long. But everybody, let's just kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the morning, hear what ain't right, cook for breakfast, because it always will make you hungry when you either see or hear what he got ready for the day.
about 5, 100. 100.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Every day of my world's like paradise.
Can't beat that.
As we get ready to hook the Tag 80 up to this exciting excursion with an incredible crew, unbelievable food, and a memorable experience going down to Chickamauga, Georgia today. As we get ready to move this train and get it connected, and you'll watch the switching action as it takes place.
Ready for me? Hey, we'll get to Georgia.
Oh, you had me at the first word there, ain't right? Smoked sausage from the grill. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh. Wow. Hey, everybody, look who it is. Hey, let me get you. There it is. There's Bo, everybody. And he is going to make sure you have an incredible excursion trip today, all the way down to where are you going?
Chickamauga, Georgia.
Chickamauga, Georgia, where everything is named Gordon Lee.
That's right.
That anytime.
Heading left, we can knock off handbrake.
Yes.
390 release. 7 Soule. That's a tremendous handbrake. Gilmore, just drop your 3-step. Drop a 3-step, Gilmore. Tag 80. Alright, sorry if I missed your hand signal there. Alright, 60 feet, tag 80, coming east. Clear.
Central Georgia, Pullman car number 390. Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway, the John A. Shamblas, number 80. Here at TVRF.
Tag 80. Everybody's ready to pull. Here we go, pulling east. Direction west. bottom.
Well, we got the A-team on today.
There.
Chesapeake and Ohio Dome Car, 1877. That is one cool car.
One more now, 300.
Train 300 preparing. And you're hearing the folks, the rail crews, train crews, conductors, everybody
300.
here this morning. As he puts the derail back up.
That'll do me. 300. 630.
Now I know you're wondering, where is he going? Nobody got on yet. That's because they're getting ready to reverse him back onto the first leg of the Y, which will go right in front of Grand Junction, where they will begin the boarding process when train 100, led by locomotive 710, departs from Grand Junction.
Check the switch route. Alright, clear for 400, tag 80.
There's train 100 finishing their boarding process, and they will turn that train on the second and third legs of the Y and go past us. And in the meantime, they're going to start reversing train 300 back here into, get ready for the boarding process.
That's right.
All right, train 100 has acknowledged they are getting ready to depart from Grand Junction to begin their turn of the train.
Started rolling yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dining accommodations, all kinds of things on that train. Kitchen, oh man, they're going to have some great food on there today. Makes me jealous. Makes me hungry too. Makes me think of 8 Reich's cooking, as a matter of fact. That's just how good the food is on this train.
43.
I can already smell it. Oh my goodness.
Okay, 5, 300. 3, 1.
Now, as they are reversing into the front of Grand Junction on the first leg of the Y, WYE, getting in position for the ramp, train 100, the Missionary Ridge Local, led by locomotive 710, is now completing its reverse on the second leg of the Y. And momentarily, you're going to see them come right past us.
In the clear, 100 there. That would be all well. You don't have to dress like diesel, you know. You're 80. Because you don't have to dress like that for a diesel. excited to be here today. Still short, so I'll let you know when I start my linkage there. Entering off limits west on Grand Junction.
And there goes train 100 being led by the 710 on its way to East Chattanooga. All right, put your old seatbelt on. We're going for a field trip.
I can hear it. It's still charging pretty good. We have leakage right now.
Okay. We have made it to our next spot where we're going to get you guys lined up for a perfect view here. So y'all just sit tight. You're going to jiggle a little bit as I get you all set. As you just heard, the Chickamauga Turn, train 300, departs at 10:15. Let's see how we level up there with the track. Speaking of track, in case you didn't know, this is how you read about the strength of the rail, where it was made, and the year it was made. Tony, I can't even comprehend how good breakfast ain't right makes. Just being here, talking about it, makes me think about his cooking. As you know, he's shared pictures with us. Oh, my.
I'll get you in about 1 more minute. I think that'll about do it.
Now, the first part, and for those of you that are a little more knowledgeable, the very first part, the 132 portion, he talks about the strength and composite or composure or whatever of the rail. The second part, where it says Beth Steelton, BETHSTEELTON, that refers to steel railway rails that were produced at the Bethlehem Steel Plant in Steelton, Pennsylvania. So Bethlehem is BETH, and Steelton is where? Now, as you see next to it, 1974
Leakage on 3.
is the year that rail was made. And just so you know, that plant in Pennsylvania started making rail in 1866. And it was owned by the Bethlehem Steel from 1917 to 2013, and is now operated by Cleveland Cliffs. And
300. Whenever you're ready, we can start this terminal. Whenever.
talks about
Left on leakage.
132
Water then.
pounds as being a common rail. But again, it tells you the strength and capacity. And then where you see the hash marks, they look like standing, well, they're hash marks, standing ones, if you will, without the top and bottom on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means the month of 1974,
that's 3 pounds of leakage. 3 pounds.
that
You guys full term.
when that train track was made. So 1974 May in Pennsylvania is when that track was made
Full
and
service
shipped.
down on
There's a blue flag that they put up when there's been working on, or train personnel working on the line. There's the derail that's locked on. If a train unauthorized attempts to go back, will take him off the track to prevent unauthorized movement. To all those different tracks back there. Where the rolling stock, many, many different pieces will come and go and change there. And there is our train, train 300, with the tag 80 leading it today in the boarding process. Look at the cool old switches there. You can see the green light right underneath the SS. Where the tag 80 and train 300 and Bo and his crew are all getting that train ready. And the website this morning said this excursion is sold out. And why is that? Whoa, airplane. Hey, we're doing better this morning than we did last week. Huh. I couldn't find the airplane if it had a big red X on it. We are close to the Chattanooga airport, and there comes one in. Some folks taking a look at the train they're going to ride on today. Some historic, speaking of historic, Central Georgia line is where they'll be traveling over today. And if you did not watch last week's Sunday night, let's see, what date would that have been? Let's see, this Sunday's the 21st, so the 14th.
Bring 100. Line for our move, 300.
That is the train crew, or that is the train crews that you're listening to here at TVRM this morning. They are making announcements that they are going to begin the boarding process here momentarily. Please have your tickets ready and available. Behind them you see the signal bridge for the Knoxville West End line. And a little information about the locomotive that you're looking at. The Tag 80 was built by General Motors Electromotive Division in 1968. And the locomotive that you see in front of you was the first high hood GP38 produced. And it developed 2,000 horsepower, and it was built for the Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway. Now, the particular locomotive that you see was named the John A. Chambliss, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, in honor of the railroad's vice president, and was dedicated on his 80th birthday. Hence, that's why it's the Tag 80. And once on that particular locomotive, going back in time when the tagline was acquired by Southern Railway, That locomotive was known as Southern Railway number 2879. And then, as you know, Norfolk Southern merged and took over the tagline as it grew. And then it became Southern 2879. And then once it was retired, it was purchased back, and TVRM bought this locomotive and restored it from 2015 to 2016, and they took care of all of its mechanical and electrical and cosmetic aspects, etc. And the Tag 80 in front of you re-entered service in March of 2017, proudly displaying the paint scheme that you see today and the number boards of 80. How cool is that? When you restore a locomotive, you don't run down to AutoZone and order one of these and one of those, because they don't make those parts anymore. You either find another locomotive that's being scrapped, or you go to the Robert Soule shops here at TVRM down at the East Chattanooga location, and you make the parts. And you put all that back together as it was once upon a time, with parts made right here in the US of A. There to the left, you see the signal bridge on the Norfolk Southern line here at Control Point, Jersey. And this segment is known as Knoxville West End. Well, look at that, ain't right? Tony's already got you, number one, driving to Railfan Day, October 18th, in Cowan, Tennessee, there on the Cumberland Plateau. But once you get there to enjoy the festivities, he's decided, apparently, reading this message, that you're going to cook for all of us. Oh, ain't right? We had dinner there this past Saturday night. I think that was the best dinner I've had there. I had the 4 enchilada special, a bean, a cheese, a beef, and a chicken. Oh, I don't know what they put in it, but it was like Mexican crack, let me tell you. Oh, I ate every bit, wiped the bowl clean, plate clean, used my finger. Oh my goodness, it was great. We are continuing to make the boarding calls for train 300 here in front of you. And like I said, if you'd like to know more about that locomotive, that was just an excerpt that I was reading for you from the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum website, because there are a large number of operating pieces that have all been restored by the volunteers and employees of Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum over the years. So check out all that history. And while you're there on the website, take a look at all the information about all the different excursions that are available today and coming up. There's a dinner train. There's a lunch train. There's the evening rigs runner. There's dinner on the diner. There's dinner at lunch. There's lunch on the train. And all of those dinners are while you're moving railside, going down along Hoaxcall Avenue for a 2-hour plus journey. I know one of the chefs that work here at the Railroad Museum. Oh, You talk about somebody that can cook. Woo, Chef Micah can cook, let me tell you. Coming up, they have a Wizard and Trails event. And all the Santa trains and Christmas trains and everything that run, all the locomotives and the cars will all be decorated up right after we get past Halloween. Coming up in about 5 weeks, I think it is. But if you want to experience a trip into the past mixed with today's fun and opportunities, make sure you take a look at the website, look at all the choices, make one, and then enjoy it. Also up in Etowah, just outside Etowah, there's a train that goes up to Copper Hill. And it goes along the Ocoee River. The last time we rode that, Casey and I and the wives, the rail moms, we saw 5 bald eagles along the Ocoee. And it was just beautiful. So, our train is scheduled to depart at 10:15, just 13 minutes from now, Eastern Standard Time. And then after that, it's probably breakfast time because I'm hungry. Reading about Aunt Rake's cooking, talking about all that Mexican food, has now officially made me hungry. Going on today in Cowan, Tennessee, is the Railroad Festival, or the City Festival, or the Rail Festival. I forget what the exact and official name is, but tents everywhere. Fireworks tonight, a band, music, vendors, you name it, they've got it. And I'll bet you someplace there you'll find funnel cakes. Not to mention the favorite Mexican restaurant we all go to that ain't right is talking about, where Tony and I were last week, and we had cake, finally, to celebrate our 2,000 subscribers. And if everything goes right today, we'll cover the next benchmark, 2,100 Rail Moment subscribers. So if you know a friend, tell them to go ahead and subscribe now and make it number 2,100, 2,100. Last night was fun in Dalton. There were all kinds of things going on last night. We heard the football game, and we heard the concert they were having there downtown in the park. And we met the coolest young man last night, and he went to the festival wearing a Rail Moment shirt. And he also welcomed all of you to Dalton, Georgia. Speaking of, John, if you're on this morning down in Somerville, I hope you're having a fantastic day. You all know John. You see him, meet him. He welcomes you to Somerville every time we go down on the Somerville excursion. And Susan, our host for the city down there, rolls out the red carpet.
Gilmore, with the engine tied down, you go to 5. The rest of it.
All right, we're just going to kind of look, listen, and watch like we were preparing to cross the railroad track for Operation Lifesaver.
Dick Gilmore, you got off the engine for the rest of your walk.
As they start getting ready to depart with the Chickamauga Turn down to Chickamauga, Georgia, going past the Chickamauga National Battlefield. The first of its kind, thanks to Gordon Lee. The Chickamauga and Chattanooga Military Park. Cool place to visit. And if you go in the afternoons at sundown, at dusk, oh, there's deer everywhere. It is so, so cool. Well, good morning, Robert. How are you today? Ain't right and fresh bread. Now there's a surprise. Rising dough in Kentucky, made in the Kentucky air. Oh. Tony, I'm liking your idea more and more. Ain't right's cooking when he comes to Cowan. We just got to get a kitchen put in the Railroad Museum. Thanks, Tony. It's called the Fall Heritage Festival that's currently going on in Cowan, Tennessee. September 20th and 21st. Today and tomorrow still left. Fireworks tonight and a concert tonight. Check out the schedule. Brian has the Railroad Museum opened there in Cowan. The Cowan Railroad Museum. Stop by, visit Brian. Ask him about his channel. Brian does a great, great job. Train Nut Productions. Looks like we got a little work going on there in the shed that we duck under sometimes when it rains. And the Chickamauga Turn, when they depart, led by Tag 80, will go right past us and then past the yard limit. And we're going to wave to everybody as they go by.
That's right, we are. That. Everybody was checked in except one.
Sounds like they have everybody checked in, he said, but just one or two. I believe that's what he said. As train 300 is getting ready to depart for the historic and iconic town, which played an immense role in the Civil War in this area. And the Gordon Lee Mansion was an operating hospital for both sides, north and south. And if you're in that town when the Gordon Lee Mansion is open, especially during the holidays, it is just elegant. And because of Gordon Lee, we now have the Chickamauga and Chattanooga National Military Park. It was the first one of its kind and it's literally undisturbed because immediately after the Civil War, Gordon Lee purchased all the land, thousands of acres, hundreds of acres, just tons of acres, and then became involved with politics, and then it became the first national military park. Check it out. All kinds of facts about going on there in Chickamauga, where Danny and I got married at the Gordon Lee Mill. 9 years ago. All right, let's listen for the information on the departure. Here we go, everybody. Some rail fans came out to see it off. Our departure is currently past due, which is very rare here at the Railroad Museum. They run a timely operation. I see a couple more people walking up. Maybe it's their two missing people. Who knows? Not a good thing to be late for a train. And good morning, everyone. As we get ready to see the departure of Tag 80 leading train 300 right along side of the Norfolk Southern track, where we have only seen one train today. Very unusual, because this is always a super busy track. They are now making the final boarding call. So if you are supposed to be on, now would be the time to get on. Or you are going to be running down the line with your stick, a red handkerchief saying, "Wait for me!" And you're going to miss that incredible breakfast on board that train this morning. Oh, you know what that means. Train time! Here comes train 300, led by Tag 80, headed to Chickamauga. First class accommodations there in the Chesapeake and Ohio Dome car. Train 300 about to leave the yard limits. Now, if you guys want, we can watch and train 100 come back and enjoy the serenity of this spot and listen to the morning birds and just sit back and wait till we hear the whistle of the 710 bringing train 100 back. Because since they left a little early, since they left a little late, it won't be that long till we see train 100. I'm going to guess we probably will see train 100 back in about 15 minutes. So since we're here and comfortable and under the tree and got a great view, I think we'll just hang out and wait for train 100. What do y'all think? It's just a nice, peaceful morning. I may even have a little coffee left. Over there is right there are the CSX tracks that are a spur off of the W&A, which is only to your left about a half a mile, where we've not heard a CSX train this morning yet. And right above it is a trestle for the Knoxville West End line. And this line, you'll see them taking rail cars back to the Volkswagen plant. And the Volkswagen plant is just a few miles that way. So, I'm going to go see if I still have some coffee in production unit 6. There's the signal bridge for the incoming trains. And right behind that tree are the signal towers for the outgoing trains. Look at that cool old style box and switch. There's an airplane coming in low. headed towards Chattanooga Airport. There he goes. So I'm going to roll you back. Like, sit back. Speaking of sitting, I might even grab me a chair. Found some coffee. Got a chair. It is so incredibly peaceful and beautiful here this morning on this September morning. Gotta adjust the tripod here just a tad. So y'all just sit tight a moment. My apology for the tremors. Speaking of, there's production 6. Down trackside this morning. Our rolling studio. All right, we're just going to kind of watch the Norfolk Southern main line, one of the main lines coming into Chattanooga, from Atlanta, and Knoxville. And this segment of the line is called the Knoxville West End. It is double tracked up there. Anybody have any questions, please ask. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. And if I don't, we'll find out an answer. Oh, I hear a horn. You are going to see Norfolk Southern coming into Chattanooga. Here comes our DPU, end of train DPU, as this train makes its way towards Chattanooga. $77.02. Around the bend, and there he goes. Well, since we're looking this way, we might as well get ready for 7:10. Coming back from TVRM's East Chattanooga location. Somebody's car alarm going off. I hear a steam engine. Oh, we left with 710 and it sounds like we're coming back with 630. What a surprise. Yes. What a treat! 6:30, train 100.
100, exiting yard limit, junction eastbound, out. I-154, south, Mr. E.L. Callaway, south. Overnight, got a lead engine CSX C7252. WT copying.
What a surprise!
One more, 7252. Stand have permission to enter. Proceed all the way through Mr. Callaway 707 authority. Maximum authorized speed, train, men and equipment are in the clear. Okay. Eight, 5-0. Callaway.
That conversation you're listening to is CSX southbound that just passed behind us, about a half a mile back on the W&A subline, and they are approaching Interstate 75, where there is construction of a new bridge over the CSX track. So he's getting his instructions there, and they'll continue on south. That lead locomotive, 7252, it sounded like was the number. Now, what a surprise here. Oh my goodness. How much fun was that? What a surprise. I know it's a little dark. You can just kind of see a silhouette. We're underneath the shade tree here because the sun is coming from the east as it rises, so it's so bright into the camera as we shoot back toward Grand Junction. Wow, that was so exciting. Let's see, maybe we can go over here so you can all at least see me. Hey everybody, what a surprise. Train 100 this morning left with 710 leading it and came back with the 630, Southern 630 steam locomotive. Whoa, what an, oh, am I glad you guys talked me into waiting for Train 100 to come back. So, 66 here, their departure time is at 11. They're going to unload and board as quick as possible. Let's listen to this train action, and we'll watch 630 leave the yard here momentarily. So, we're going to watch Grand Junction. They'll turn 630 on the Y with the entire train and come right back here and go out the yard limit. So, let's stay tuned. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to the train crew as they get ready to turn the 630 around. That was a cool, unexpected surprise. As we try and get focused in here. There. So 630 is running today on the Missionary Ridge Local. What a fantastic surprise. I got to reposition y'all just a tad. Don't go anywhere. This will just take a moment. As train 100 loads and reboards here at Grand Junction. As we listen to CSX, NS, and Tennessee Valley Railroad teams all communicating on the scanner this morning. John, what a surprise was that? Conrail Heritage Productions? I even got surprised. So there's your answer. Yes, we were waiting on Train 100 to return, and we got Train 100 Plus. Locomotive Southern 630. Robert, was that not just a cool surprise?
Here comes everybody else.
The 630. Oh, what an iconic locomotive. The Southern Railway 630 was made by the American Locomotive Company in 1904. And when it went on the tracks, it was a Class K designation featuring a 280 wheel arrangement. Served Southern Railway for 48 years, predominantly in the Asheville division, on the Murphy and Lake Toxaway branches until it was retired in June of 1952. Traveled around on the Southern Railway Steam Excursion program. And it's now here at home at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum with Southern 4501. So, I'm going to go quiet. This train 100, is scheduled to leave at 11. and it is led by, as you now know, the 630. So let's listen to it. They're going to turn the train on the Y, the entire train. They'll pull forward on the first leg of the Y, which is what they're sitting on right now. Then they'll reverse back on the second segment of the Y, and then proceed on the third segment of the Y right past us. Once they hit that signal point, or excuse me, that control point, switch point, whatever you want to call it, they'll then go on the main line, and then shortly thereafter they will depart the yard limit, go across 4 bridges through a hand-dug, huge, long tunnel, where they'll end up down at the East Chattanooga shops, the Robert Soule shops, and there on the turntable they will turn 630 around. So let's just take a moment back in time and listen to this as they get ready. You'll hear the train crew on the scanner, and you'll hear the sound of a locomotive, the Southern 630, beautifully, beautiful September morning. They're calling for all aboard.
Thank you.
hard limit. Grand Junction westbound, out.
Well, everybody, wow, what a fun and exciting moment here at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum yard, where we watched the first excursion train leave, and then the second, and then the first one return and leave again, but the second time with the Southern 630. Oh, that was so cool. Everybody, Robert, 8 Right, Tony, all of you, thanks for being on this morning. Time to head to Tracks Inn for Saturday breakfast, and then back trackside. Camera training class for the new camera, gonna be later on today. I just got a note from Casey. Don't forget, it's September 20th, 2025, and the Cowan Rail Festival is going on. 100 vendors, music, fireworks. Go see Brian of Trained Up Productions. He has the Cowan Railroad Museum open for you guys today, along with the rest of the town rolling out that red carpet. It's been great to spend the morning with you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Fall Heritage Festival, where Tony's over there, and 8 Right just plugged the next sentence. Casey and I, and all the rest of you, will see each other at the next crossing. Thank you, 8 Right. And I gotta tell you, you've made me hungry. See y'all soon today. Have a good morning.